able to get into that one, locked in stock non-wing, so I think we'll start third in the LCQ in that one, so hopefully we can get into both.
And I got to ask you quickly, too, yesterday Clinton Boyles pointed out you're running the dark shield. Reason for that?
I don't know. It's always been my thing. Even in the pavement stuff at night, I run dark shields. I don't know. My eyes are really sensitive to the light, I guess.
Awesome. We'll see you later.
Thank you.
Chase Gabriel.
Scotty Milan with a chance to go to an LCQ. Every single one of these B-mains has been won off the front row inside so far. It is Milan, your leader, and Jason Campbell looking to follow him through. He is the man on the bubble. Everybody after him throughout the rest of the field. That's Jaden Friesen in the 2F, Jace Randolph in the 7D, Brenham Crouch in the 1C. They make up your top 5. Johnny B on this one, Jason Friesen on the field, Britton O'Neill, Tyler LaPointe, Ron Dennis, Cameron Key, and Sean Mahaffey. Looks like Ryan Sullivan and Jace Park did not make the call. Campbell, a couple car lengths back of Milan, the two of them. Starting to pull away from third place running Jaden Friesen and his cohorts. Look at Crouch putting her up on the apron, trying to get underneath Randolph. Pass for the lead as Campbell gets by Milan. Milan must have just biffed it going into 3. So now Campbell looking to be the first guy to win from a position other than the pole as he started outside of the front row. Sails down the back straightaway and opening her up over Scotty Milan. Milan in second. See if Friesen and Crouch can put him under fire. Crouch with the move to the inside of Friesen. Friesen up against the banners in the back straightaway.
Brenham Crouch has really had a strong Tulsa shootout. He's won heats, he's won qualifiers, and he's working on Scotty Milan for that transfer spot. Clinton, he's catching him.
Yeah, he really is. We saw a big move there for Johnny Bolin at 3 and 4, trying to put himself in position too. We had 3 laps to go that time by. We're going to have a race for the transfer spot. We'll see how aggressive Brenham Crouch gets right here.
One of the beautiful things about the videos, you can visually see him narrowing the gap, but that's your leader. Problems for Jason Campbell off the pace, picks it back up, but that'll give the lead to Milan. Crouch had second, made collision there, and now he's going to fight for it with Randolph.
Had a collision.
One to go for Milan. Race for second. Crouch has got it back. Here comes Campbell. Here comes Randolph. As Milan wins, second off the corner goes to Crouch.
Man, we saw contact between Crouch and Bolin, who was in the picture as well. And boy, Milan goes from second to the lead as Campbell falls from the lead out of the transfer spot there as he was off the pace for just that little bit. Dramatic ending to be feature number 5.
Wow.
Well, you look at it, Milan, Crouch, Campbell, Randolph, and Bolin, your top 5. Everybody outside the top 2. Done for the day in the division. Let's go up top to Chris Wilner.
Thank you so much. Another multi-time driller winner, Brady Bacon, keeping this A-class car rolling here. It's got to feel good to keep, get this thing rolling in the show. And I know you had some problems yesterday. You seem to figure those out.
Yeah, we just weren't that great in the qualifier, and it kind of just put us back. But should have a decent starting spot in the LCQ, and we got 1 we're locked in, and we got 2 that we're still alive, so we'll try to make it in all 3 of those.
All right, one of the busiest guys here, Brady Bacon. We'll let him get back to it.
Thank you, Chris. Ryan Timms, Alec Quiddle making up the front row. Then it's R.J. Johnson, Justin Zimmerman, Seth Sylvester, Jackson Bishop, Sammy McNabb, Colton Jarrett, Steve Englehart, Coda Oliver, Peter Walker, Brandon Rosie, Gordon Justin Petoska. And we are underway. Wing Day Class B feature number 6, top 2 to the last chance qualifier. Everybody else done for the Wing Day Class portion of the Tulsa Shootout. 12 laps, Ryan Timms leads the first one. Alex Quiddle from the outside of the front row remains in the second spot as we have a caution. The 22D.
Peter Walker started in the 11th spot from the inside of row 6, and he goes around in turns 3 and 4. Turn 3. And he is working on getting pointed the right direction. The infield crew going to come and help him out a little bit.
Clinton, that is a fresh right rear on that car.
Yeah, it sure was.
Like you could see, no burn marks on the tread. All of the white walls of the Hoosier were completely intact.
So we did complete a circuit. Ryan Timms is your race leader. Alec Quiddle rides in the second spot. R.J. Johnson sits third. Justin Zimmerman, Jackson Bishop, McNabb, Shabester, Rose, Engelhart, Garris, Aller, Petoska.
Aiden Board, it looks like, does not make the call in the 7 machine. So Timms and Quiddle, they're going to say that we did not complete a lap, and they're going to do a complete restart. So we go back to the original starting order with Timms and Quiddle. Don't believe it had changed much. Let's go up to Chris Wilner really quick here before we go green.
Yeah, real quick with Scotty Milan, boy, you had the pole, you had the lead, and then you lost it, and you got it back with a little bit of luck.
Yeah, thankfully he broke. We were a little slower, but we're going to tune on it a little bit. Hopefully out there to win.
We'll see you in the LCQ.
Yep.
Scotty Milan.
Thank you, Chris. Good jump for Ryan Timms there on the restart. Brought R.J. Johnson from the inside row with him, pulled side by side with Quiddle. Quiddle able to power around him on the outside off to turn 2. Side by side, 3 wide action deeper in the field as we see Caden Engelhardt, Jackson Bishop, Colton Garris, another number of them in there. Jackson Bishop in that 32 gets ahead of Justin Zimmerman to take the 5th spot away. Now working on Seth Sylvester for 4th. Quiddle able to open up about a 2-car length advantage over R.J. Johnson for the 2nd spot. Sammy McNabb in the 22M to the inside of Engelhardt. Engelhardt slams it or drifts up to the high side, and that'll allow McNabb to get by him. That's for 8th. As we see battles deeper in the field, Engelhardt gets together with Peter Walker, and Walker's got problems again.
Yeah, Walker's going to have a broken axle back there. That was a hard contact on the right rear, just trying to force the issue.
There's the agony of defeat for you.
We know how much passion these guys have about racing and how much money and time goes into the Tulsa Shootout. Got together with Engelhardt and went up into the wall. So the frustration, no surprise for Walker, as he continues to have problems. Let's see if Walker looks like he was just trying to get to the inside of Engelhardt. And they got together. Engelhardt drives away. 3 in the books. Leave us with 9 to go.
Can almost guarantee you that that's going to make the rollout for a little bit later on in the program.
Brian Ward, you're down in the infield.
Yeah, so it looks like the axle actually survived, but the wheel center on the right rear is what snapped. All the center wheel hub on the right rear.
Ends the Winged 8 class portion of the Tulsa Shootout for Peter Walker.
You know, interesting enough, Peter Walker's got an outer beadlock on the left rear of that car too. So, guys getting serious after seeing some of this cushion that we've been building over the last few days.
Tim's the leader on the restart. Alec Quiddle in 2nd. Battle for the 4th spot. We saw a big move from looked like Jackson Bishop in the, or I should say, Seth Sylvester and Jackson Bishop going at it. Bishop by him, and now Justin Zimmerman by Sylvester. Bishop worked his way into the 4th position after starting from the outside of row 3. So trying to track in R.J. Johnson and Alec Quiddle. Sylvester contact with the inside berm there in 3 and 4. Opens up the inside lane for McNabb. Slams the door. Now McNabb to the inside in turn 3. Oh, what a save by McNabb. Brandon Rose looking to his inside and to get by him. McNabb did a nice job to keep that thing going. Now to the outside of Seth Sylvester as they battle for about the 5th position. Sylvester, I should say, falls back some spots after a bobble in turn 4. He goes way backwards. Now Rose working on McNabb. None of these guys in transfer spots. Only Tim, Ryan Timms, the leader, and Alec Quiddle, who rides in 2nd. Laps winding down. McNabb in that position. There's Ryan Timms, the race leader, will contest the full Power National Midget schedule next year for CB Industries. Also does some 410, 360 sprint car stuff as well. Billy Lawhead on the wrenches of that 5T. Takes the checkered flag. Ryan Timms wins B feature number 6. Alec Quiddle in an uncontested battle for the 2nd spot. Moves along with him. So there you see Ryan Timms will go back up the ramp, and he will turn his focus to the last chance qualifier. Well, he'll start somewhere in the front 4 rows.
Caleb, we talked about how our track crew tweeted out earlier that we're going to look for a little bit slicker, higher groove, earlier racetrack, and we're already seeing that come in. That was B feature number 6. The fastest lap time by Ryan Timms was an 11:1. That's a half a second slower than what we saw just 3 races ago.
Yeah, the moisture working out of it quickly and getting to the dry slick conditions that they're looking for, or the technical conditions that they're looking for. You know what I mean? Yep. However they get there, they seem to be happy on that particular one. Let's get ready for B feature number 7. As you can already see the War Wagon out there putting a stripe down. So that's early in the day comparatively from what we've seen before. Harley Holland on the pole with Maverick Elkins next to him. Grant Schott and Joshua Spatola. Daniel Robinson and Darren Nida. Ty Holsey and Brent Twitty. Daniel Schaefer, Xavier Doney. Braxton Wilson and Kylie Griffiths were the cars that got there out of qualifiers. And then your C-Main move-ups were Chase Porter and Brecken Reese. This is the race, that was the race where Chase Porter cost me $1, the one that he moved up from. So he went all the way around the bottom of the speedway for everyone. We'll see if he sticks to the low side for the upcoming B main event. Meanwhile, we've got Chris Wilner ready upstairs.
Flying Ryan Timms out of nearby Oklahoma City, Oklahoma takes that B feature. Man, you've had to be up on the wheel this whole Tulsa shootout, running all these different classes and being a lot of lower features. This one had to feel almost a little bit of a breather for you.
Yeah, we haven't had very good luck this year, but that kind of helped out. So we started, I think, like around 6 in the LCQ. So top 8, just try and make the A.
All right, we'll see you in a little bit in the LCQ.
All right, thank you.
Ryan Timms going to have a pretty good starting spot in that LCQ, trying to lock it in the show.
Yeah.
Gave himself a chance.
Shows how in tune these guys are, with the format and the program. He knows, okay, everyone before him won from the pole. He won from the pole. That's putting him starting 6th.
I don't know if your social media is starting to see it or not, Clinton, but the watch parties have already started on a Saturday morning out on the West Coast, from what I see. People have gathered around the computer on Flow Racing to give us a look here at the Tulsa Shootout as Harley Holland taking the 25 of Elkins up raceway a little bit to get into corner number 1. Holland leads early. Elkins in the 2nd spot. And Spatola coming after him, trying to take it away from him. It's Darren Nida looking for position 3. He's down low. Spatola was up just a little bit in 1 and 2. Got her back down in 3 and 4. Nida in the black and yellow number 7. Spatola in the car of many colors right ahead of him. Scored as the 05 and a car to a stop. That is Brecken Reese driving the 20.
Guys, the way that car was shaking in the dirt around it, I wonder if we had a little tip over here. At least a big bicycle.
Yeah, you look at it, everything looks intact. Maybe a little wrinkle on the side panel of the outside wing.
Yeah, close.
Just gave her a lean. Good call on the shake on the come down.
What was Scotty saying yesterday? 2015 vision? I thought it was 2020. I don't know. Unless that's a joke I don't understand.
Yeah, maybe it's a Scottyism.
I think it is 2020. One I was going to ask, something that we'll talk about is that, maybe an advantage of being in the lower mains like the B's and the C's is just more track time. But today, as much as they're going to work the track and as much as the track is going to change, is that statement still true?
It's one thing to go out and make sure your car's running good and make sure you're content with your setup is, but we've seen this track change over the course of these last 4 days, almost the same every single day. Our track crew does such a good job here at giving these guys consistent racetracks and racetracks to race on that. I don't think you're going out there trying to learn anything necessarily. If you're still trying to learn something about your race car or about the racetrack at this point in the week, you're pretty far behind the 8 ball.
More than anything, if you're getting a lot of track time, you haven't locked into a lot of A mains.
Yeah.
You're looking at Ty Holsey in the 36, the former Ecotech Midget champion, here at the Tulsa Shootout, trying to hustle down Darren Nida. He's lost touch with him a little bit. And now Daniel Robinson's 22X putting pressure on your top 2. As we have seen here in these B features, seem to get out and get lost from the field. In most cases, not all. Harley Holland in the 14, Maverick Elkins in 25, and ways back from them 1.2 seconds until you get to Joshua Spatola in the 05. Racing back further in the field, Daniel Robinson and Xavier Doney, the 22X and the 74. They're in the 6th and 7th positions, respectively. NIDA up to Spatola for 3rd with 3 laps to go.
Top 2 really separated themselves from the rest of the field. Elkins has a nice cushion.
4th generation driver in NIDA, starting to see families put out 4 generations of racers at this point in time. As we will get the white flag one more time around for Harley Holland, just out for a nice Saturday afternoon stroll in his micro. He'll take the checker flag off the final corner and win with ease. Harley Holland and Maverick Elkins are moving forward to the last chance qualifier coming up in the afternoon portion of our program. Already afternoon out on the East Coast and knocking on the door of the afternoon here at the River Spirit Expo Center, the Expo Raceway at the 36th Annual Lucas Oil Tulsa Shootout. Our coverage on Flow Racing brought to you by Lucas Oil Products. Lucas Oil Products, it works. Whether you're looking for something for your boat, looking for something for your firearm, looking for something for your car, your hot rod, your street rod, your motorcycle, your race car, midget, stock car, whatever it is, they got it for you. Something to suit everybody with Lucas Oil. Cars on the ramp for B feature number 8. Brant Woods and Alex Bright make up row number 1. Third starter will be Bryant Wiedemann, and the 4th starter, Dawson Nunnenkamp. Ryder LaPlante and Austin Torgerson follow them. Colin White and Gray Ledbetter in the 4th row. Logan Rumsey, Keith McIntyre Jr.,